Hi betting experts, on Saturday July the 20th we've got two meetings covered on ITV on Saturday. The best of the action from Market Raisin, where it's their summer national meeting, a cracking, competitive, decent prize money on drying ground. And over at Newbury, we've got Super Sprint Day. Again, conditions which were good to soft earlier in the week. We've had a couple of hot sunny days, so I think it's going to be on the faster side of good at both tracks. We start off with our betting expert Nap, goes in the 3.35 at Newbury. This is in the Weatherby's Super Sprint, a 5 furlong contest, excellent prize money on offer, and I'm going to stick with Mythical Composer to continue the red hot run of the Clive Cox Yard. Now, Clive, an excellent trainer. I think it's fair to say he largely misses the winter months, and he's been slow to get going in the spring, but in the last fortnight he's had 7 winners at a 32% strike rate. They're all thriving now. Mythical Composer is a very likeable performer. He showed promise on his first 2 starts when in need of the run and the experience, pulling hard. He was sent to Bath and he absolutely bolted up, and I think he did plenty wrong. Still, he didn't even settle for the first half of that race, but he showed a really smart turn of foot to quick and clear. Now, obviously, Bath to Newbury is a big jump up in class, but he's got plenty of speed, and I think in this big field of better horses he should settle for the first time under Ross Orion. He's got a very smart turn of foot. If he does settle, I think this quick ground will be ideal for him, and he's a double figure price. I think he should go really well. Our betting expert value angle selection goes in the 150 at Newbury. It's a small field for the Steventon Stakes, a listed contest over 1 mile 2. I think Al Arzi might struggle on quick ground. I think there's reports he's going to need the run, so I'm expecting him to be easy to back, and I think Phantom Flight could get the run of the race here from the front at what should be an attractive price. Now, he's a very useful horse. He fell into that sort of twilight zone as a 4-year-old where he's far too high up the weights to be competitive in heritage handicaps at the weekends, and he's not good enough to win Group 1s and Group 2s, but when he can dictate, he's a very resolute galloper, and I think the ground drying out here should mean Callum Shepherd's able to set his own fractions and possibly keep finding more up the long Newbury straight. He's been gelded since we saw him last, which was a disappointing run on testing ground, but some of his best runs have come at this track, and I think an easy lead here could make him extremely hard to pass. The remaining races on ITV on Saturday, we'll do them in time order. Over to Market Raisin for the 205, a really competitive handicap hurdle over 2 mile 4. Luck in running will play a part. I think Elan's is worth another chance from the excellent Ollie Murphy yard. Now, this one is unexposed. He went straight into the notebook when finishing a cracking second on his stable debut at Plumpton in May, and I think he's best excused a lesser effort at Stratford last time out. He was dropped right back to 2 miles, and that track on the undulations, the mound and all the rest of it is not everyone's cup of tea. I don't think he had the track. He was never really going. He was always outpaced. So back up in trip here. Sean Bowen booked. I think he remains open to improvement for the excellent Ollie Murphy yard. Over to Newbury for the 225, a handicap over 2 miles. Well, Nakib comes from a yard who's flying as usual. William Haggis, he's had 7 well-backed winners in the last fortnight, and this stayer I thought went straight into the notebook when running really well on his seasonal reappearance at Newmarket in May. He's disappointed twice since, but they've come in strong races at York and at the Royal Meeting since then. These are calmer waters. I think the step up to 2 miles will definitely suit him. Jim Crowley's book, the tongue tie's on. He's got plenty of upside in these staying handicaps after 8 career starts on the turf, and it doesn't usually take Haggis too long to find the key to these sort of horses. Over to Market Raisin for the summer hurdle, a handicap over 2 miles at 240. Well, Nebras Gold has been running really well over fences on a couple of starts recently, travelling well, just getting half length at some of the fences. I think he's back over hurdles here from a reasonable mark. He's 2 from 11 in this spear. He's best on good ground. David Noonan's booked. I think he'll go well at what should be a pretty big price. Back to Newbury for the 3 o'clock, the Group 3 Hackwood Stakes. We've been waiting for Regional to run. He's been a non-runner, I think, last weekend in the July Cup because the ground was thought to be too soft. I think he missed an engagement the week before that as well, but he's got everything ideal here with conditions drying out. He's a bold front runner. He comes into this valuable prize on the back of 2 really solid efforts at the Curragh and Royal Ascot. He's got lots of early pace. The ground drying out should suit him. I'm hopeful Callum Rodriguez will bang him out the stalls and make all the running. And finally, over to Market Raisin for their big race of the afternoon, the summer handicap chase over 2 mile 5. Well, I like Boom Born here. Dan Skelton ticks along in the summer months. Not many horses in for it, but the ones he has are well suited by drying conditions, and Boomborn has only run 3 times over fences. He's a smooth traveller. There's more to come from him. I think this will be run at a very fast pace, and hopefully Harry Skelton will ride him right out the heat of the race, quietly creeping into things on the final circuit, and he can pick them up at what should be an attractive price. Best of luck with all 7 ITV races on Saturday, betting experts.